Well, that didn't go as planned. Hi everyone, welcome to the Portfolio Bulletin, and today let's talk about how Roku fell through the floor. Needless to say, Roku fell more than 20% this week, which was not great for me as I recently had a bullish call on Roku, and of course as soon as I did that, everything went very poorly. Then I'll go over my most recent trades and you can see just how much money I lost. If you like trading stocks and options and making money, definitely like and subscribe. I make videos like this as well as portfolio overviews every single week, so make sure you hit the bell so you don't miss out on any future episodes. Welcome to the Portfolio Bulletin. Let's get started. So Roku fell a lot, more than 20% this week, after being hammered over 58% in the previous 6 months, meaning that this stock is way down from its highs, with it declining almost 8% in a single day and recovering slightly. And this is mainly to do with the fact that Amazon and Google are starting to creep into this space quite a bit more aggressively, which could certainly start pulling that growth away from Roku. I say because the company is starting to get more competition in terms of their hardware, this could impact their platform business because most of their revenue comes from subscription and advertising dollars, but you have to be on their platform for them to be able to advertise to you. And if their platform is starting to get pushed out by Amazon and Google, that would certainly start creating some more difficulty for them to make money. So looking at the daily chart here, you can see we had a pretty solid double bottom, really strong push up from this level here at 200, supported that level again, and then we chopped here sideways, going all the way up to around $240 per share, back down to 220, 222 or so. So this was really nice sideways price action, buying the lows, selling when we got a little bit high into this resistance level we had previously set. Of course, this was a solid downtrend, well over 50% down, like I had mentioned, but we did have a solid double bottom, something we hadn't had yet in this previous downtrend. It seemed like we might have had a little bit of a trend line here, and then we had a nice down move, a solid rejection on that day, thinking that we were gonna do a nice bounce the next day, some support potentially up into these higher ranges where we have nice levels that we could interact with up here closer to $300, and then instead we gapped down. So that was pretty aggressive, all the way from 216 to around 195, huge down move. Retested this little bit lower level at $200 before moving all the way down to this lower level of support potentially. If we go out here to the 1 week view, you can see we have these interactions potentially all the way out to this level. So in theory, this is not actually a broken trend quite yet, just a really large down move week. And then we have the 200 week moving average, which has only been around here since July of 21, because this is such a young stock. It seems to stand to reason that we're going to at least get a touch of that level. We have support here at 165 and that 200 week moving average down here at around 170 or 169.77. But this looks like a pretty tough buying opportunity here after we had these really large down moves. If I were to re-enter this stock, certainly need to see a really solid rejection, a break through this downtrend line, maybe a break and a retest of this level and a continuation, something that probably will take quite a while. I'll keep an eye on Roku here for a bit, but after this really large down move and some pretty significant losses, I'm going to be hesitant going back into this stock. So let's take a look at where we got started here. Had some trades all the way back here in October, but really got started in December, selling some puts, making a little bit of money, selling puts, making money, selling puts, making money. So it was going pretty well. Thought we had a little bit of a handle on what Roku was doing. Then we had that first really big down push. Thought we were in a good spot at 225 where we kept getting pretty solid support, meaning that I would be looking to buy the stock around 219. And then we had that huge down move and I lost quite a bit of money buying those puts back for $2,800 after selling them for only $600. Tried to re-enter and then close that pretty shortly after for a small loss. Then I sold some calls in here for $410, made a small amount of money, probably could have held those calls for a little bit longer. And then after we had that large down move, and then after we had a little bit of a bounce, I tried to re-enter down here at 197.50 and then lost another $1,200 pretty quickly. So altogether, not great. Big loser here, big loser here. I'll do a little bit of math here quickly and show you exactly what the loss was. So here you can see all the different gains and losses, starting from the very beginning all the way down here and then moving this direction. And altogether I lost just over $1,750 just in those last couple down moves. Really solid profits, and then we had that huge minus $28 and then that minus $15. So coming up to this last point here, I was actually doing pretty well until that last trade, only down $200, and then that last trade took out, and then that last trade was really aggressive on the loss. So from here on, I'll definitely keep an eye on Roku. I think there's still potential for this business to do well. I think they have a solid foothold in the streaming industry, as well as their ad revenue continuing to grow despite Google and Amazon. For me personally, I'm going to keep this at arm's length and just keep an eye on it until we see some really solid bullish price action. Let me know down in the comments what you think of Roku. Definitely like and subscribe if you like videos like this. Make sure you hit the bell before you go. Of course, none of this is financial advice. This is all for entertainment purposes, and have a great day.